Greetings and Hotep 12:24. Well, it just turned 12:25 a.m. So this is a new day, August 19th. The Bluetooth is on. It's gonna still do its thing.
Yeah.
Okay, August 19th, 2024. All right, so I'm still listening to Tarot, trying to make good choices. So, Letitia, are you pushing people to plan to kill me so that you all can take money that's mine? Didn't you get money from your dad's death? And my condolences. I'm assuming he's deceased. That was a long time since we went to that hospital up in Orlando together. Quite some years now. Now, I don't know why I just couldn't fathom you trying to plot my death, but I guess if you feel like a person crossed you, that's kind of like what you might do. I don't know why I just don't see you taking it that far, but hey, I'm going to listen to Tarot over myself. Now, Thomas, are you the one telling them it's not going to work? If I die, it's going to be investigated? You're trying to help them to see that it's a bad idea because all the collaborators will get the same time once the investigation proves that everybody was a part of it. That's what I'm picking up on Tarot. So today, Letitia, I think I sat and had a chop it up session with the guy you introduced me to at Funland Flea Market. He's a Caucasian guy. They had a house with a pool out in some neighborhood, and he was selling those gold chains. They were plated with something. They didn't turn. They didn't irritate your neck. He said he had alligator neck. I should have told him to investigate those chains because he had a nice chain on his neck today. And it was probably one of those chains. I think, how much were they selling? He was selling them for, I can't remember. But I think that was him. I kept saying he has such a familiar spirit. I think I talked to him before. I think I talked to him before. I think I talked to him before. The reason I remembered him is because I told him I was going to buy $24 worth. And you know how I do, go around the flea market asking people to borrow money and I'll pay them later so I have product to sell and, pay a couple of debts right over here and, buy some food from Tony and keep it moving, right? And I remember him saying, I'm trying to make sure you're not a dud. And when he said that, it just made me laugh so hard. And I think that was him. Today he looked far snazzier. He had on a Lacoste shirt, a big ring on his finger. He was doing his little flashy thing today. A beautiful white cowboy hat, a white handled cane, and he had a beautiful, let's see, what kind of handle? Marble, the part of the knife that you hold was marble. It was more like a ritual dagger. And he was like, touch it, see how heavy it is. I'm like, nah, don't touch stuff. That looks like a ritual knife. And I said, are you a warlock? And of course he didn't answer that, but he did say that he drunk blood from ground beef. I said, ain't no ground beef and blood to drink. And so some of the comments he made kind of like, I was like, okay, yeah, this is definitely what it is. Now, who sent him? So I started asking God, and I got that you, Letitia, sent him to me. So, girl, what is really going on? I know this is not about the $3,300 you loaned me. You done some other stuff. And instead of coming and telling me the shit you did, woman to woman, you always act like you so grown. You should have stepped to me and said what you did, and we could have took it from there. You did me a favor way back in 2010, right? You loaned me $3,300 to pay the back taxes on 2212 East Mallory Avenue so I could give home birth to my last baby. born June 14th, right, of 2010. Despite the fact that IRS say they put that money in your account from my taxes, you say they didn't. So if they didn't really put it in there, after you deduct what I paid you from Boston them few times and what I paid you from Walmart, you say 300, I say 600, I still owe you some money, right? But then when I went with you to your storage unit and you were trying to steal out of my bag, instead of me confronting you and say, bitch, are you trying to steal out of my bag? That's what I keep feeling in my spirit. That's why I was zooming back down there trying to get to my bag that I left with you. Knowing you would steal from my bag, I should have just treated you like a thief and said straight up, I can tell you trying to steal out of my bag, Letitia. What's going on? We ain't friends no more. You bringing me around you so you can take me? So you can steal from me? And that's really what it was. And instead of me just saying to you straight up what I was feeling in my heart, I kept tiptoeing around. And that's how I hit the white van with the U-Haul. I should have told you I'm not driving none of this, girl. I ain't on none of them papers. I ain't on no insurance around here. And then when I tell you to report the accident to the insurance, because don't you have insurance? You were like, no, no. And we running around to all of these, what do you call them people? The body shop people. And Chico's was going to do it for me, $400. Then he talked to you, and all of a sudden it came to be $450. So I kept saying, dang, this girl is grimy. Okay. All right. So
honestly, she probably just annoyed the dude so much he just turned up the price.
Well, I don't know. But then you added on another, how much did the people do it for back there on, what was that, 36th and East Hillsboro, over by Safely Towing? The guys that did it, you added that to my I owe you list, right? Now, when I went to Mr. McKnight, the tax guy, and gave him power of attorney to find out what happened to the money from 2010, way long ago, 2010, the taxes that you prepared for me, right? That I never got. And you say you didn't get. All of a sudden, he canceled my appointment. I said, yeah, Letitia and Anthony probably done came together on this one. I'm still going to find out. It's still going to be seen. You know how I do with my memos. You know my memos are already in 10 different states. You know my memo is in Washington, D.C. I can't say too much, but you already know I'm going to get the truth. So I don't understand why you wouldn't come to me as a person who was supposed to be the godmother of Angola, right? My first home birth. And as somebody that considered herself a friend, you should have came to me straight up. Instead of doing all of this, can you imagine? Can you imagine? Who do you consider to be your friend? Let's see. Jerry, the guy that drove us to go see attorney Laura Gallo, my bankruptcy attorney. You sat there. I know you have. I know you have a recording of that conversation. I know you still have the Spell Work Recovery Group newsletter that I gave you that was notarized by Marcy over at the Children's Board. I know you got all of that, but you refused to help me. And then at Amazing Love, a couple of years ago, you walked up on me. I looked at you and shook my head no. If you were really serious about whatever you were trying to present to me, you said, I really need to speak to you, sis, or whatever, you know? But you didn't go into that because you were coming to me with some more foolishness, I guarantee you. So I'm just going to formally say, I cast judgment on you, Letitia Karima Penn, my fake friend from Tortola, Virgin Islands. Okay? I really want to encourage you to get it right, sister. But in the event that you don't, that's what it is.